I'll try this again because the first video I was walking backwards trying to step back and get a better view and I tripped over something. So yeah, so anyway, had Chris at Chris Moore do the ECU flash on this. Now we didn't do a full tune because I didn't have the bike with me. It was supposed to be thunderstorms all day. Didn't feel like riding 2 hours each way in thunderstorms, so I took the ECU up in the truck, and of course it was beautiful, and I could have actually gotten the dyno tuning session in. So it is what it is. What he did do was remove all the restrictions. So there was some timing restrictions, there was some secondary throttle plate restrictions where you give it full throttle, but it wouldn't actually open up the throttle bodies all the way until you were way up in the RPMs. So it's basically, you say, give me all you got, you know, at 4,000 RPMs, it would only give you 40% at 4,000 RPMs, and then maybe 50% at 5,500. It really wouldn't open it up and give you the, it was kind of easing into the power to make it a little more lazy. So we got rid of all that, turned the cooling fan on earlier. It's idling better since we got rid of the O2 sensor. We did eliminate that, so now it's not trying to lean it out to emission standards. Up top, we did extend the rev limiter, little tweak up there. It's not like we picked up 10 horsepower up top. We picked up a little bit because it does pull hard right to 10,250 RPMs now. But what I really notice is in the mid-range, the 5 to 9, especially 5 to 8, it really picked up power there. There's a lot more urgency. When you hit it, it's more snappy, like it wants to go. Not like you whack the throttle and it slowly builds and then gives it to you. Now it's just like, it wants to go. So Chris at Moore Mafia, he's also the guy that did the, sorry about the fan, but it's hot as Satan's testicles out and humid today. And he did my ZX6R, and that had a lot of restrictions up top. That made a real big difference up there when you get up to redline and stuff, but did real well. Bike's doing great. Had a little peg dragging incident when the rear shock compressed heavy in a turn, which took away my ground clearance, which then that touched down. I shouldn't have touched down. That's the weak link on this bike right now. Tires are up, engine's performing better, brakes are fine. I don't need to do anything there. The next thing that's got to go is that shock. You need a K-Tech or some kind of a better shock. The front sprung pretty well. It could be a little more damped, but it's acceptable for that kind of bike. I may put thicker fork oil, not sure yet. But that shock, especially on a hot day today when you're riding hard up in the mountains, it just gets springy. There's no compression damping at all. No adjustment. There is compression, but there's no adjustment. And as soon as that oil gets hot in there and it loses its viscosity, you lose your rebound. So it's like a pogo stick, but also it compresses real easy, and it just gets out of sorts. So I had a little incident where I was like, oh, okay, need to back it down. There's the limit. And then the guy I was chasing, trying to catch up to on the Gixxer 1000. Luckily, I backed off because the very next turn or so, he went down. He lost the back. So I came around the turn. You'll see that in the video, him picking up the bike off the guardrail. So just another day on the mountain, as they say. But yeah, all in all, Chris Moore's doing some good work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with the bike on a day I know the weather's good, and we're going to do a dyno tuning session where he's going to go in and tune and look for more power and really get into the nuts and bolts of the mappings. And that'll be good because the tune only costs $200. He can de-restrict your bike for $200, cheaper than anybody else I've seen charge. And he's got a really good reputation. He's a pro drag racer, really, really nice guy, very accommodating, very good to work with. If you're thinking of having him do it, wait till I get my bike tuned, because then he's going to have a tune. And if you've got the stock bike, you've got the stock pipe, you like how it sounds, you just throw an air filter in there and you just want to get as much as you can get out of it and have all the restrictions removed, but keep the stock look, keep the stock sound, he will then have a map for your bike after he tunes mine. So I'll pay the money for the tune to get my bike sorted, but then anybody else that just wants to pay a $200 ECU flash, he'll flash it with my tune. So that'll help out some of you folks that are thinking about doing that. So stay tuned for that, but I'll throw this review up in a little bit and add some of the ride video today. It'll be short riding, not a lot. Maybe just some of the acceleration runs and stuff just to see how it pulls right to 10,000, no problem. It doesn't kind of get to 9 and then kind of slow down and sluggish the way it was before. It's definitely picked up some there, but like I said, mid-range has got a good more punch. It just feels more frantic, more like I want to go, as opposed to all right, I guess I'll go, and then it goes. It's a little more a good bit more snappy. So anyway, Chris Moore, Moore Mafia, give him a look. The guy does wonderful work. Does a lot of bikes. Very busy guy, but if you can get on his calendar, it's worth every dime. So take it easy.